Welcome to the Cowbell Kingdom post-game show. I am James Ham, standing courtside at Sleep Train Arena, where the Sacramento Kings knock off the San Antonio Spurs by a final of 94-91 in front of a sellout crowd here in Sacramento. Absolutely incredible game down the stretch. The Kings hit their free throws. They played solid defense. They got stops, including a huge play by DeMarcus Cousins going one-on-one against Tim Duncan in the post. Cousins had a very strange night. He only had 4 points in the first half. He turned that around, finishing with 25 points and 10 rebounds on the night. He was an absolute star in the post against Tim Duncan. We talked to DeMarcus in the locker room, and this is what he had to say about the legendary Tim Duncan.
Well, luckily, I wasn't playing Tim Duncan in his prime. I caught him on the going down, but I mean, it's always fun playing against Timmy. I mean, he's a living legend right now, so he gets all my respect.
DeMarcus Cousins wasn't the only star of this game tonight. Darren Collison again came up huge, 19 points, shuts down Tony Parker. What we're seeing out of Collison is something that we haven't seen in Sacramento for a long time. He is a defensive-minded point guard who makes the right play most of the time. He did miss a free throw tonight in the waning moments, which would have helped ice this game, but I think everyone can forgive him for that. The Kings coming off two tremendously painful losses, leading by 24 and 26 points in Dallas and Memphis on Tuesday and Thursday. This is exactly what they needed coming into tonight.
You know, I have a good team defensive system behind me too as well, so it's not just on me. You know, I think everybody's helping each other out, and I'm just taking on the challenge and just doing the best I can. You know, DeMarcus is doing that night in, night out. You know, I think, you know, his biggest thing is just staying out of foul trouble. But he is playing hard. He is playing aggressive on the defensive end. So, you know, you are concerned a little bit, but at the same time, you know, he's going to continue to be himself on the offensive end. And when he gets in there, you know, I felt like he was the reason why we won down that stretch because, you know, we constantly fed him, and he constantly made the right plays.
One of the stars of tonight's game is Omri Caspi, who comes off the bench. He finishes with 9 points and 5 rebounds, but his energy was so spectacular. He had multiple rebounds where he would break out, run right down the teeth of the San Antonio Spurs defense and score. He was a momentum changer in this game. The Kings bench has been very, very suspect to start this season. Ramon Sessions, Nick Stauskas, Caspi, and Carl Landry have been really the mainstays, and not many great nights for these guys, but tonight both Caspi and Landry have solid performances, and especially Caspi, he makes a huge difference in this game. Let's go to Omri Caspi talking about what's different this time around in Sacramento.
We have DeMarcus Cousins, and
He was here
the beast small. That's different DeMarcus on both sides of the court. You know, he's amazing. You know, and when he plays defense like this and he rebounds, and you know, tough to guard, man. It's tough to guard.
Jason Thompson has a big night for Sacramento as well. His numbers aren't gaudy. He finishes with 4 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, a block shot, and a steal. But his play while DeMarcus Cousins was on the bench in foul trouble was spectacular. The Kings needed someone to step up. Thompson did all the dirty work. He set mean picks. He wasn't getting too greedy, and he played spectacular defense against Tim Duncan while Cousins was sitting on the pine. All right, let's go to our 3 keys for tonight. Home cooking was number 1. The Sacramento Kings needed a home game. After a 1-3 road trip where things really went wrong, they needed their home crowd tonight. 17,314 cheering for them, a full sellout for the Sacramento Kings. This is exactly what they needed. The Kings improved to 6-4 on the season. They very well could be 7-3 or even 8-2. This team is so much improved that it's shocking. And tonight on their home court, they looked great. The second key to tonight, Ben McLemore. Ben McLemore played extremely well against Manu Ginobili, against Danny Green. He didn't hit any three-pointers. Actually, the Kings didn't hit any three-pointers at all. They go 0 of 12 from behind the arc in a very strange game where they punished San Antonio in the paint. You know, they won the paint battle 58-34 on the night, a very, very nice performance where you just jam the ball down the throat of a very, very good defensive team in the San Antonio Spurs. Ben McLemore doesn't jump off the page, but still, we are seeing steady development from this kid night in and night out. Our last key to tonight's game is DeMarcus Cousins versus Tim Duncan. There's no question that DeMarcus Cousins destroyed Tim Duncan in tonight's game. He has nothing but respect for the future Hall of Famer. I mean, Tim Duncan, everyone knows, is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and tonight, DeMarcus Cousins went at him in the second half, scored 21 in the second half, jammed it all over Tim Duncan. Not only that, but he shut him down on the defensive end as well. It was a very, very impressive performance for DeMarcus Cousins.
Regardless of who the matchup is, we have each other's back, and we're out there communicating and rotating, and our defense is on the string. We got a great chance of winning any night. So it's really about us. It's never about the other team.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Cowbell Kingdom postgame show. We will be back on Tuesday when the Sacramento Kings take on the New Orleans Pelicans. A little Tyreek Evans, a little Jimmer Fredette, Anthony Davis. This is a very exciting Pelicans team, not exactly what we've seen in the past, and it should be a really good game in Sacramento. I'm sure there are tickets available. Tuesday nights do not do well, but that is a game that you might want to get some tickets to just because there are some really interesting storylines hiding in that game. So I am James Ham. You've been watching the Cowbell Kingdom postgame show. We'll be back.